We are back, and like always, we got a special guest tonight.
Tonight's going to be a good one. Before we get into him, this is episode 29 of the Be Still Golf podcast, presented by today our friends at 18 Birdies. We can get into that. One of y'all tell us about 18 Birdies.
Tell us, Brady. You know, you did that, and I always did the Warlord.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Or 18 Birdies.
Gosh, I've been using 18 Birdies since I really started scoring, and honestly, they've only improved. I don't know if y'all used it way back in the day, but they used to have these things called dream games where every time you finished a round, you got points, and you could use that to win like these sweepstake giveaways and stuff like that.
He goes way back.
I got like a towel one time for doing it, but you know,
that was a long time ago. I've only been playing 3 years, so
that was probably
current format outside of the games they had with skins and stuff like that.
They just added those too.
Yeah.
Love it.
Those are recent.
Yeah.
Real recent.
So my biggest ad for 18 Birdies was when we were in Texas, didn't know any of the courses, how helpful the app was for us. You won't know how much it's helpful to have instead of just a rangefinder, so you can see a GPS. Love it.
I don't even bring my rangefinder anymore.
No.
Yeah.
What is a rangefinder?
Mine barely works, and I just put it up for good. So I mean,
I left mine at a tournament several weeks ago. Maddox still has it, so it's just
gone.
But it don't matter because I don't need it. I mean, I use 18 Birdies because you can see it from the sky view, which we did on our video. We did the drone footage, so you can see what it looks like and how close it looks.
Love the app, 18 Birdies. We're thankful for it.
First thing we had a store open up this weekend pretty close to us. I don't know if we've mentioned it on here before.
I don't think so.
In Auburn, the new Moon Golf store is now open, and y'all were some of the first people in there, I think.
We went the day after opening day.
Yeah, day after.
I like it. I won't go to Dick's Sporting Goods anymore.
No.
Hate it. Terrible experience.
I told the guy when I walked in, I said, I love this because I don't have to go to Dick's anymore, and I don't have to go to like a PGA Superstore.
Yep.
Hate the Superstore.
Hate them. But like Dick's, you walk in, and if you need help in the golf department, usually it's like Kyle from Clothing comes
Usually
over there.
nobody's there.
Yeah, and so you get some random person. They're like, "Oh, I can grip your clubs, but it'll be about 4 days." But the guy told us at Moon Golf, he's like,
"We'll do it right now."
Yeah, he said we'll do it while you shop. I was like, "Oh wow!" So they have a ton of selections of grips. They have plenty of clubs. They have the 2 simulators, so you can get fitted, test
on
new
the
clubs.
spot.
Yeah,
Mitch got fit. So Mitch, a little testimonial for
Moon Golf.
Moon Golf compared to Dick's. Mitch broke his 3-wood when we were filming at Callaway.
You can watch that in our video.
It's almost over a month. No, it's almost 2 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
He dropped the club off. They were going to send it off to Mizuno to be repaired because it's
Dick's,
under warranty.
right?
At Dick's.
Yep.
They could not find the account number. That was their excuse. They couldn't find the account number. So we get back from Texas. Next week, Moon Golf opens, or last week.
Mm-hmm.
Takes it in there. They're like, we'll just repair it for you for $20. You just need to swing and figure out what shaft you want. And then he got fitted for a shaft, and now...
Yeah, I don't think he even meant to get fitted for a shaft, but then they offered it.
Yeah.
He got fitted, and I mean, what we watched was like the first shaft, he was hitting them left. Second shaft wasn't hitting him good, but the shaft that fit him in hit like all his groupings were right there together.
Yeah, very tight disbursement.
Yep. And then so he got a better shaft than what he had, and now he's ready to go.
Yeah, now I want fittings for my woods.
Yeah,
with the shaft.
I do too. I want to go get fitted.
Because he told me if I'm averaging 280 with my 3-wood, he said it should actually be longer because the shaft might not be correct.
Yep.
And I know my driver's an issue with the shaft. And
he maybe can help it.
We're going to try.
And I liked it. They were super friendly, and it wasn't like a stressful, like you're in there crammed. You'll love the bays because the bays were huge.
Yeah, I've always felt like when I get in a bay, like tee times it wasn't bad, but there's like another bay like right next to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel like that should be a problem for most people. I think the more you do it, the more you get comfortable with it. Because like when we were in the PXG store doing theirs, I felt real comfortable, except for that I feel like to get fitted, I had a lot of people watching me.
Oh, yeah.
And that was another thing that I was just like, not sure how I was swinging.
But Moon Golf, go check them out because we loved it.
And we met the owner.
Yep.
We met both her and her husband.
We're going to be doing an episode there at Moon Golf here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yep.
And best part is they carry in store Vice golf balls.
That's what, when I walked in the door, the guy, like, one of the guys approached me. He said, "What can I help you find today?" I said, "I'm looking to buy a couple dozen Vice balls." And he said, "They're right over there on that table." And I walked straight over there and picked some up.
Big selection of them.
Get me out of Target. I don't want to. I don't want to support Target or Walmart. Obviously, there's some items me and Joni like at Target.
But you rather support a local
homewares.
golf shop.
But if it's a golf item, I want a golf shop to buy from.
And I love having one.
Until Vice just starts giving them to us for free.
PXG 15
coming soon.
I keep commenting on their posts. I'm trying hard, boys.
They like them.
Yeah,
they like
do.
them. They'll do the punch symbol.
That's the crazy thing. They're so like responsive to us.
But like today, they made a post and it was like, "How many golf balls did you lose this weekend?" And I said, "Too many. I need the code BSG 15 so I can restock." And they liked it, but I'm like, "Yo, give me the code.
Give it to me."
I'm trying to buy some golf balls. We have plenty of friends that will buy your golf balls if you give us a code.
Yep. As AJ said, he said as soon as y'all switch and get them on board, he said, "I got 5 dozen in my cart."
My dad and his buddies, they all play Vice.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I wouldn't think your dad would play Vice.
Well, my dad,
Callaway's super soft kind of guy.
He's kind of like, if it's neon, it's in his bag.
I like the color, especially this time of year.
They've got. I want to get a dozen of the green ones. I want to try them. But so Vice. Speaking of codes, not only can you use a code, hopefully at Vice one day, but I don't know if we said on the podcast. We may have said it last week. We have a code now with Primo Golf Apparel. Those are our boys. If you see us in the videos wearing joggers, that's what it is. Primo. They have shorts. My favorite thing about the shorts, and this will fit Brady. You see how short his shorts are right here.
Yeah.
They sell like 10-inch inseams, 8-inch, and then the Michael Morse inseams. So it's you can have.
I think it goes 975.
Yeah. 975. 5.
Yeah, 5 is.
What are these right here?
These are 9.
But 5 are shorter than the underwear.
If these are 9s, could you imagine 5? This boy would be up here.
Those ain't 9s.
No. Oh, there we go.
No, those are about 7s.
7s above the
I can spot it. I used to work in
retail.
retail.
You couldn't turn your mic off before you just did all that, Mike. We're sorry, listeners.
Hold on.
Hold on, let me just get up.
We apologize.
So, Primo, you can use BSG 15, get you some joggers.
I actually ordered some shorts today for a birthday present that I wasn't supposed to know about, but I had to give the code to my mom, so.
Good old Tammy.
Yeah, she knows.
Tammy made us a little profit today. Thanks, Tammy.
Top 10 supporter.
She is. She's done bought some shirts on the.
Even Busta's mom's on the support.
Miss Angie. That's Miss Angie.
Miss Angie's liking stuff.
So also speaking of, since we're just selling stuff right now on the website right now, hats and shirts are marked down to $20. You can't beat it. Those hats.
No, not at all.
You're basically getting the hats almost at what we got the hats
cost,
for. Yeah. So get you some. We're trying to move the products because we want to get some new shirts in. So go grab some.
The grayed out hats coming too.
Oh yeah.
I sold a couple hats this weekend.
Yeah, you had me busy with my orders over there.
We had what 8 or 9 orders come in since like Friday or Thursday.
4 or 5 hats, couple shirts.
And then another one came in not too many hours ago. Let's see who this was. Lane Hodges again. My boy got him a shirt.
You know, he's repping.
That's our boy, cameraman Lane.
I'm ready for our 4-man series, so we can get him back out there.
So he came by the shop the other day, and I was telling him that the 14-year-old's coming up, and he said he's ready to go. So
I'm ready. He's invested money in the equipment. We got the equipment for our views. We can just send him with the 14-year-old to film that. Throw ours up behind us, and
we're ready to go.
We're ready. 4K everything.
4K. Let's talk about that match real quick while we wait on our guest to hop on. So not this coming week, but the next week, your boys will be at Noonan Country Club. Never played it.
I'm gonna use 18 birdies.
18 birdies. Apparently, it's a really tough course. As Scott was here, he's the pro there. He told us that he can only take driver off 2 holes.
I think he said 4.
4 holes for his distance. So that means I can take driver on 14 holes. I'm assuming there's 4 par threes. You may not be able to take driver. 3 would.
Yeah, I'll probably go hybrid.
Hybrid on some holes.
Hybrid's about 220.
But that's gonna be
rolls out good.
Wow. So this kid AJ, he's also shot 8 under there.
It's gonna be a battle.
It may not be. It may be he whoops our tail. It may not be a battle. So that's coming up. So the 4-man series continues. We're gonna try.
Do we know yardage that we're playing in?
That's a good question.
We should push him back to the tips.
Do you think so for real?
Well, so that when Riggs and them were playing
that 12-year-old. Riggs played a 12-year-old.
No, that's not who I'm talking about.
I was talking about
Max. When they were talking about playing Max, they said, "Does it help us if we push him back?" And one of Max's friends, he said, "It doesn't matter where you put him. He's going to play what he plays."
Yeah.
He said, "If it helps you to push up a box, do it.
It's going to help
because it's not going to change it for Max because he's on tour for a reason."
Yeah.
I watched. He did a video. Bob Does Sports. I was watching it last night, and he took them to the backs, and they were struggling.
I mean, if we play him, what you're you looking at yardages right now?
Yeah. So the backs is 6,900. That's a pretty long ways.
That's long.
What do you think? What's a juniors play at?
He's probably gonna play at 63.
Yeah, probably plays whites.
That's the white.
Yeah.
There's a black tee box that's 65, and then there's a white that's 63.
So what's the back one? Blues?
Blues, it's 69.
That's where we should play him.
He ain't gonna play.
My thoughts are his misses from the back will be exaggerated compared to our misses because if I'm on driver wise, or Mitch is.
I feel like though we're going to his course, we've got to be like, hey, we'll play whatever you want to play.
Yeah, I was gonna let him decide, but
yeah, and plus for video's sake, I want to go to the tee box where he feels comfortable to go low.
Yeah. We want to see him play good.
If we lose, I want to get blown out. Like I want him to shoot 8 under.
No, I want to come down to 17 or 18.
Yeah.
Oh, because we're doing match play.
Or
should we do stroke?
No, we should do match. We should follow 4 plays.
Okay. That's what we did with Maddox. We did match play.
Match play. So AJ, match play. You pick the tee box. We're just coming to play. We don't matter. We're gonna get us some breakfast on the way to Noonan. We got to set
Waffle House or something.
Yeah, we got to get a tee time set up.
Get some custom golf balls ready.
18 holes, and then we're gonna be in Noonan. We got to eat good for lunch. You know the spots.
I've eaten in a couple places downtown.
Panera.
Taco Mac.
Taco Mac's a hitter. Me and Joni used to make fun of it, and now we go.
It's good
every time we're in. When you get the cheese dip.
Oh, that cheese dip's so good.
And they bring out the little tortillas.
Yeah, tortilla. And we can put Mitch on a 30-wing challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot.
We can record that.
Yeah. Oh, film it over there. Man.
Oh,
I hope that's going to be after. That'd be after the round.
In the same vehicle.
That'd be after the round, right?
It'll be so bad after.
All right, well, we're about to jump in. He just messaged, said he's ready. So we're going to get everything going. While I'm getting the computer ready, you want to tell them about our guest?
Yeah. Well, I don't really have much written up on him, but we met Mr. Aarik Greenley in Dallas, Texas. He is he's the fitter?
He's the head
fitter. Is he the head fitter there?
I think he's the head fitter.
Yeah, head fitter. I assume club builder. He helped me and Mitch test the new Gen 5. What was Mitch getting fitted for? He was looking for a 3-wood, but they only had 2-wood and a 4-wood.
And they put him in a 4-wood.
They put him in a 4-wood. He really liked it. I'm not sure if he's going to add that to the bag since he just got this new shaft, but I tested some of the drivers. I liked them, but I just wasn't confident enough with the swings that I was putting on them.
Yeah.
My swing did not feel good that morning.
When it's cold, I feel like you need to play 2 or 3 holes, get warm, hit the range some.
I'd love to be outside doing it. I just don't trust myself in the environment of
Maple Ridge has a PXG fitting
next
week.
Really?
I think it's the next week or the other week on their range. But Maple Ridge does a lot of stuff like that. They have Callaway and Titleist come out as well.
Yeah.
But it would be hard, in my mind, I feel like it would be hard to do one with Callaway or with Titleist.
Yeah.
Because no matter what your feedback is, it's a certain club they're going to put you in. So it's like, if you go for a Callaway fitting, the Apex, the Maverick, something is going. I feel like something's going to fit you instead of going somewhere.
There's our guy.
First of all, thanks for coming on. We appreciate you.
We jumping into it. Appreciate it big time.
No sweat, man. I would have been on there earlier, but I had some people that didn't want to leave, so.
No, you good. So we're going to jump into it. Brady's got some questions for us, and you go ahead, Brady.
Yeah, Aarik, thanks for being on here. It's good seeing you since we left. I didn't want to leave that day. I wasn't ready to go, but I know we had to catch that flight and we had to get out of there. So
we felt like love was blossoming.
Yeah.
We were falling in love with the experience.
I was, for sure.
That's good. That's what I like to hear. That's the whole point of the store, is for everybody to come in, have fun, enjoy. Dude, bring beer. We got beer. Like, whatever makes you comfortable, like, we welcome it. We don't care.
I had private access to the break room. Top-notch facility. That was the tipping point for me. It's like, you want some coffee? Have at it.
Man.
That started the day. I was like, oh, this is going to be good.
A fitting like no other.
Yeah.
Love it.
Aarik, you told us a couple of things when we were there. We wanted to, I guess, dive a little deeper into your background on your upcoming in the golf industry. And so, like, how did you begin your career in the club fitting and all of that stuff?
Actually, I was playing baseball. And one of the guys I grew up playing baseball with, his grandfather owned a string of golf stores in like Dallas area. And I was fortunate enough to make it to wooden bat league. And that baseball started like falling off of tables and like doing very weird things. So I learned really, really quick I had to find something else to do. So I asked him, I was like, dude, like, will you guys hire me? Like, I need a job. And he legit, I got hired when I was like 20. And one of the local guys who's actually still here in the Dallas area, his name's Bo Hodnett, actually taught me how to just like build golf clubs. And he taught me how to like fit them, you know, re-grip gloves, like just start basic stuff. And then like it literally like legit just took off from there. I mean, I worked for Bo for probably 3 or 4 years. He had a second location that I ran for him. And then literally out of the blue, I randomly got a phone call. And I'll never forget her name. Her name was Ann, and she worked HR for Adams Golf. And to this day, I don't know how she got my phone number. I have no idea. And she goes, "This is Ann with Adams Golf. Do you want to work in the tour department?" And I was like, "Huh?" And she's like, "Is this a random yeah, she's like, "Random phone call?" I'm like, "Yeah, like, what are you talking about?" And she was like, "Well, we got your name, we got your info, we have an opening. Do you want to build golf clubs for tour players?" And I was like, I'll quit now. Like, when do I start? So I was in the office the next week, and I was working there 3 weeks later.
Oh, wow.
So I was hired to literally just build. And that was it. Like, there was one guy in there who built Tom Watson stuff, Bernard Langers, and like I wasn't allowed to touch anything except like mini tour guys. I learned all that stuff, learned all the shafts, and then the next thing you know, like natural progression, they gave me LPGA, and then they gave me web.com or Nationwide at the time. They gave me PGA Tour Latin America. They gave me PGA Tour Canada. So I was running 4 tours.
Wow.
For them. So it was bananas. So basically 40 weeks a year was probably the most, but I probably averaged, I mean, any of those guys out there will tell you, they probably average anywhere from 30, 35 weeks. Just traveling that's when Yanni Singh was Yanni. So my first priority was her. Wherever she was, I had to be. Like, it was in the contract, and then I took care of everybody else secondary. Like, it was crazy. It was a whirlwind. Like, seems like a million years ago, but it seems like yesterday. Like, even like, so Jordan Spieth started there. Like, I remember seeing Jordan Spieth in like Colombia and Panama, and then he got that into John Deere or whatever it was, and he held that bunker shot and like never looked back. I mean, there's like random guys who started in Latin America that people would never even thought of it, you know, like, it's crazy.
So how long did it take you to learn, like, so Yanni, a specific player, what they like, what they want? Does it take you a minute to learn that, and then you just know?
No, it's literally like, you have to understand that you work for them, period. Like, if they ask you, your opinion's different, but other than that, like, your opinion doesn't matter. It's what they want. It's what they do for a living. That's how they make their $1 million a week. Like, shut up. You're right. Like, was it say be seen and not heard? Right. Like, yeah. But for her, it was interesting because she played 950 Nippon regs in her irons and wedges, but she played really stiff Fujikura shafts in all of her woods. And she would never change. Like, she would not change unless something broke. But when you play 24 events and win 13 of them, like, who am I to tell you what to do, right?
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
But you have to know everything I know to get on tour.
Yeah.
To realize you don't know anything to start from scratch out there.
Would you have people that weren't signed with Adams want to come on? Like, maybe they're signed with other brands, but they want to try y'all stuff. Is that something that happens between companies?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, people might not be able to put it into play, but people try stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably, I don't know if it's a big giant secret or not, but as long as your product is in the bag on Thursday or Friday when Daryl's survey comes around and it shows up on Daryl's survey, then basically you're good. So if you throw it in there on Saturday or whatever, unless you're on TV a lot, nobody's really going to know.
I don't know if y'all,
to an extent.
I've seen it on TV before. I forgot who it was. It was a few years ago. I was watching a tournament, and a player, he was a TaylorMade player, had his driver with a TaylorMade head cover, but when he took the head cover off, it was actually a ping driver he was hitting. Then he put it back in his bag, had the TaylorMade head cover on it. That was so wild to see. So that's very common then?
So, yeah, that's no big deal because it just depends on what you're being paid to use, right? So the bag, you get $1 amount for bag, you get $1 amount for golf ball, you get $1 amount for glove, logo on the side of the hat or front of that. Like literally, as a golfer, you're an independent contractor, you are NASCAR, right? So wherever you want that logo, wherever somebody will pay you to use it, that's on you. So if said player, if Joe Bob was signed by TaylorMade and he had a ping driver and somebody saw him and he's under contract, like legit, he just voided his contract and he's done. Like he's done on the spot.
I should have called him in.
It just depends on the contract.
That's crazy.
Well, that's like Phil, 2 years ago. He's got that Wilson, but he brought out the TaylorMade mini driver because he was having the issues off the tee. But it was just one of them things where it's Phil. So
do you think at his level, though, somebody like Phil, can he get away with what he wants as far as not having a Callaway in the bag? Callaway's not going to drop
to
him.
an extent. Yeah, to an extent. I mean, there's always exceptions to the rule. Like, let's be honest. Like, is TaylorMade really going to dump Rory if he shows up with a ping driver for a round? I mean, probably not. It'll bring a lot of fuss to whatever, but it just kind of depends on who it is. I mean, and then obviously you just talk to your tour rep, right?
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm doing everything I can. It doesn't matter what I do. It's not working. What can we do? Like, will you give me a week? Will you give me this? Like, and again, it's depending on how the contract is worded, because you'll see a lot of contracts that will say play 8 clubs or 8 irons or whatever, but give best effort for a driver or give best effort for other clubs, right? So you have to watch the wording in the contract.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Whenever you were running around all those 30-odd weeks a year, how many tour players were you, like, I guess, contracted to do stuff with? Was it just one or multiple?
Yeah, so with Adams Golf, most of the contracts were hybrids, right? So it's 1 or 2 hybrids, depending on the player. Obviously, we had some staffers. But, I mean, on any given week on web, or I guess it was Nationwide or web.com at the time, I mean, I had 30 to 80 hybrids in play. I mean, I remember 1 week in Canada where I had 100 hybrids in play. So a lot of weeks on LPGA, which they don't hit it as far. It is what it is. So, I mean, I would have 85 hybrids in play almost every week. It just depended on the course, depending on who was there and that kind of stuff.
So how'd you get from Adams to where you're at now with PXG?
So this is going to hurt some people's feelings.
Is it strictly, before you answer, is it strictly off the all black wardrobe PXG? Because, I mean, I think it looks great. I wish more brands had, like, more black attire. I love the black and gray and camo.
Yeah.
I said that's in my line.
I was around Tommy Armour III for every single day for about 6 years of my life. So my closet got very black and gray very quickly. That guy's like my big brother, man. That guy's awesome. But working at Adams, we got bought by Adidas. And usually when you phase out a brand or a company, right, it can take 4 to 6 years, to liquidate somebody, but they did it in 1.5 years or under 2 years. So, which it happens every day in corporate America. It just happened to happen somewhere I was, right? So who cares? But if you were really good at your job or you made too much money, you were part of the first wave. So I was part of the first wave. So done with that. PGA Superstore had something that they wanted to start called a tour van fitting experience. They wanted to fit people like tour players. They wanted the shafts in there. They wanted the bay different than the other ones, blah, 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 whatever. So the two first ones, one was in Southlake, Texas. One was in Orlando. My buddy Jeff Bishop, who worked at Adams, started the first one in Orlando, and I started the first one in Southlake. So that took me about a year and a half to get up and running, and then I friggin' ran out the door. Like, I'm not a big box retail kind of dude. It's not my thing. But did that, and then from being on tour, I knew some people, so I would caddy a little bit every now and then. Did Q school for a couple guys, did Champions Tour for a guy, then I did Champions Tour for a different guy for about 4 years. And then COVID hit. And I was sitting in my friend's living room in Marksville, Louisiana, on the way to Biloxi, and they canceled the players, and then an hour later they canceled our event for Champions Tour. So the events we had left, we had 8 events to get inside of the top 80 for him to keep his card, and every event we could have got in, they canceled. Because of COVID. And the guy who hired me to work on tour at Adams actually runs Florida and East Coast for PXG. And he was like, dude, like, are you still caddying? And I'm like, well, sort of, COVID, blah, blah, blah. Hey, man, we're going to open this thing in Dallas. I can try to get you in early. Are you tired of caddying? I'm like, dude, like, I don't mind it, but 50 pounds on my back for 10 miles a day for 5 years, like, I'm a little, like, I'm over it. Like, we're good. So, and he got me the job. And now I'm working for PXG. Like, I live 8 miles from the store. Like, I'm not really gone anymore unless I want to. Like, it's great, man. And like how the company is, it reminds me of Adams a little bit. But the technology that Parsons owns, the patents that this dude owns, like, it's not that the other products aren't good for Hollow, but they can't beat it because we own the patents. Like, it's the best stuff there is, man.
So do you get to build any for tour players like Damon and Zach Johnson and all them, or any? No.
Nope. But 2 of my friends are the tour reps. But no, I don't. I fit like you guys came in. I'll fit. I'll place the order. I'll send the email. I'll keep up with you guys. Follow back up. You need anything? Blah blah blah. Whatever. But I do no building unless I'm building my own golf clubs.
I would like to come back out there and do it, or I guess in the Atlanta store. Now that we know there's one there,
you got to fly to Aarik.
Yeah, I mean, I would be more
for the experience.
Yeah, for the experience, I'd go back to Dallas, honestly. And I don't know. I think what we had going on in there. I know we wanted to film everything for content, but I was like,
yeah,
I loved the whole experience that we were having, and I don't know. I guess my swing, it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, and we were cold. I was cold. Yeah. I didn't feel good about my swing that day, which you told me so many things on the way home. We were sitting on the plane on the way home, and I was just thinking in my head, I was like, all right, I got to do this and this and this, and then I'm going to get back over there and try it again. So I know what I need to work on and get better at, and then I'm going to come and do it again. I feel like the next time will be a lot better.
So we love PXG for the fact that, you know, in our spaces, this content creator space, that y'all are kind of leading the way of like jumping on with content creators and being like, hey, we want to get in that space. So I'm a huge fan of that. How y'all, because like Buster Jack, the reason we were in Texas, what was it? Cannon?
Yeah, Cannon.
Cannon, he was all that. So I think PXG is awesome. Even though, so what's it called? The elephant in the room?
Yeah.
PXG, for some reason, has this bad rep. And we'll say it too. On here, we talked about it, but then we're at PXG and we were saying, you know, kind of in y'all's defense, we've never swung PXGs until that day. It's just what people say about it, and you kind of hop on with it. But when Mitchell talked about it and you talked about it, and then even the putters, I'll say, were some of the best stuff we've touched before and swung.
Yeah, I agree.
And even like you said, the technology, I think it was incredible.
Yeah. Just the whole experience together, because there's not one around here except Atlanta.
Yeah.
But nobody carries PXG around here because they have their own store. Mm-hmm. And it's just a different experience instead of going in Superstore and you're swinging everything.
Oh god, not the superstore.
Yeah.
So you may have to say this because you work there, or you could be honest. But do you think PXG is the best brand you've seen or worked with? I guess technology wise.
Yeah, technology wise, yeah. I mean, and again, it's just because you own the patents, right?
Yeah.
So it's just little thing. Well, it's not little things. So like you said, elephant in the room. So let's pick on people, right? So the TaylorMade golf ball isn't a bad golf ball, but it's never going to be a Titleist golf ball because Titleist owns patents, right? Like it is what it is. Bridgestone and Srixon are rubber companies. They own patents.
Yeah.
Like you can't be better than that. Again, it's not that the other ones aren't good, but it's not going to beat it because they own the patents. So it's not that a hollow iron from Ping or Callaway or whatever, it's not that it isn't good. It just can't do what our iron does consistently because Mr. Parsons owns the patents.
Yeah.
Like it just is what it is.
Why do you think less tour players play PXG than some of these other brands?
So Mr. Parsons will literally sign anybody.
Yeah.
But he's not going to go chase you. If you are on tour, walk up to Mr. Parsons and you're like, hey man, look, I really like what you do. I really like how you get things. I love your equipment. Can I play your stuff? Okay. He'll write you a contract on a napkin. He doesn't care.
Tell him BSG boys are in. We're in.
Yeah, but if you think you're going to walk up to him and bully him into giving you $100 million a year, like TaylorMade pays somebody, it's not going to happen. Like he's not that guy. He's going to be very forward and very straight with you and be like, yeah, not happening, homie. So that's what it is. I mean, TaylorMade caters, Callaway caters, Titleist-ish. They cater to those guys. And what other company is going to pay Rory what he's being paid?
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody.
You were right.
And that's literally what it is. And then out there too, Tour's totally, like PGA Tour's totally different. Because you're not out there trying to hit it 20 yards further. You're not, like, those guys aren't doing that. It's about hitting shot shapes. It's about seeing it come out of a certain window. It's about this club goes this far 99.9% of the time, no exceptions. That's what they're doing out there.
After seeing us come in there, and I guess going from pro golfers and now you're catering to guys like us or guys and girls like us that come in there, we're mid 16 handicap, something like that, and seeing us come in there, I guess, like, what's the best advice? Like, until this year, none of us even have went in a bay and hit. Like, we've never been fitted for anything. I know there's probably a lot of people listening that have not been fitted. What's like one of the best advice that you can give for someone that hasn't been fitted or is like interested in getting fitted?
When you go in, listen. Like, you're not there to tell me what you want. Like, check your ego at the door, because what's the number one killer in golf for men, right? The male ego. Like, I hit it 300. No, you don't. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you don't hit it 300.
I told them before we even walked in there, I said, get ready to see like 230, 240 every time I swing it.
See the real numbers.
Yeah.
Now, did it happen one time when the stars aligned and you got a good bounce? Absolutely. Like, everybody can hit it a little bit further every now and then, but you don't know, like, because people argue with me 3 times a day in there. I'm like, dude, like, you don't know more about it than I do, and I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
And I actually say this, I say it probably 4 times a week to customers, where I say, I want you to come back happy. I go, well, what good does it do for me to do something wrong and you to walk back in here pissed off? Who does that help?
Yeah.
Like, I'm here to help you. I want you to play better golf. That's actually fun to me, for you to send me an email and be like, dude, I played the best round of golf I've played in 5 years, and I can't wait to go play golf again. Like, that's super cool to me. Like, some guy sent me a video. This guy named Carl Slater. You can probably find him on YouTube. He sent me the link he always videos his golf shots just for fun. And I fit him for a set of clubs. He went to Bandon Dunes and made his first hole in one, and has got it on video, and he sent it to me.
Oh wow! Oh, that's our goal with all our filmed rounds. To get one of us to get a hole in one.
Yeah, like that stuff is super cool. Like I enjoy that. Like that's fun to me.
Let me ask Caddying's question real quick. How big of a impact does a caddy make? Like if a PGA Tour player went to a course he hasn't played before, and the caddy hasn't went out and done the work and checked the greens and whatnot, how many stroke difference do you think it would change of him playing and then his going out there with his caddy who's done the work? Like how important is it?
Yeah, I mean we have yardage books obviously that is literally to the number. Obviously we go and double check those yardages and make notes or whatever. But in those books, they are amazingly accurate. So as a tour player, you know how far your golf clubs go, right? So if that bunker's at 240, you know what you can hit to hit it short of that bunker. The caddy comes in more for confirmation, I guess, or just to ease the mind so you can think about something else, right? It's hard. Like you can't pay attention for 4 hours. Like it's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. So you have to figure out a way to talk about other stuff, take your mind off, and just have him or her pay attention for like 30 seconds is all you got to do. And once that golf ball's gone, like we're thinking about something else, we're talking about something else. Like my goal is to take all the doubt out of you, put 100% confidence in the shot you're hitting and where it has to go, and then hand me the golf club and I'll clean it and you just walk away. Like we're good.
We need one of those.
Yeah, we need a caddy.
We can get Maddox to just
a lot of doubt in here.
A lot of doubt.
We get Maddox just to ride around with us.
Can we just FaceTime you for a round and you don't have to carry our bag. We're just going to carry you the phone.
Just moral support.
Yeah, just walk us through it.
Deal. No problem. I'm happy to do it.
Deal. Hey, do you like where golf is right now as a sport? Like with everything happening with tour and all this, do you like where it's at?
I like where it's going.
Yeah.
People have, how do you say that? They're not open-minded, and they also have a very short memory. Mm-hmm. Meaning, all of a sudden the PGA Tour found a ton of cash to pay people, right? Like, randomly, and it's not because of Live Golf, right? Yeah. And all of a sudden the PGA Tour is partnering with DP, which is basically a European tour. Magically this is happening, right? Mm-hmm. So people forget that PGA Tour always talked about the European tour as the third best tour on earth because they always thought the web.com Corn Ferry was number 2. But now all of a sudden it's okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that stuff like fires me up. So basically I think the PGA Tour is the NCAA. Like there, I said it. Yeah. Like it's a bunch of dudes who don't want to share the money until they have to, and that's the NCAA.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Brady's a big Live guy over here.
I just like reporting both sides and giving both input.
Yeah. I don't think we're against it. It's just with anything that new, you're like, well, let me see how this plays out, because obviously long term, I don't want to see the PGA Tour just disappear because it's such a staple and. But then again, I don't want it to be like some prestigious, you can't have anything else. So maybe it's good for it.
Yeah.
But, whatever side Tiger Woods on, I'm on right here with him. So.
Yeah. Well, it's different. So this is why I say Tiger Woods doesn't count. He's got $1 billion.
You're right. He don't need the money.
Tiger, like, what does Tiger Woods have to prove? Like, he's good. Like, people are like, well, Tiger's not going. Well, he doesn't have to. Mm-hmm. I mean, the other guys made a lot of money or more money than they would have because of Tiger. I don't know if this is stuff that I don't think people know. So I don't know if the PGA Tour policy has changed, but when the Live Golf started, did you notice where the first Live Golf event was? Even though it was opposite field event or opposite whatever week, it was in London or England, wherever it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Per PGA Tour policy, if you're a PGA Tour member, you can play an event on a different tour as long as it's not in the same country. That's PGA Tour policy. Again, unless they changed it.
Yeah.
So when they went and played that event, they did nothing wrong. The second event was in Pumpkin Ridge. The tour was in Canada. It's not the same country.
Oh, wow.
Per your policy, I've broke no rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you're telling me I can't come play back on the tour. That doesn't make sense. Now the guys who resigned their card, that's on them. Tough break.
Mm-hmm.
But the guys who didn't literally did nothing wrong because they followed the rules of the PGA Tour, and then they decided just to change it because they didn't like it anymore. That's not right. But people don't know that kind of stuff.
The craziest thing to me is they're all independent contractors. Like, they're not getting anything for free. They don't get housing. They don't get special membership. They have to earn everything along the way. So when the PGA cuts something out, it's like, wait, I'm independent. I'm paying my own stuff. Why can you determine where I can make my money just because now it's a competitor?
No, that's 1,000% accurate. So if us four go play the Byron Nelson and us four miss the cut, think about how much travel was for you. Think about if you paid your caddy to travel. Think about room and board for both if you took care of both. You have to eat. You still have to get back. You have to think about all that dollar amount plus
still got a mortgage
again. You still got bills to pay. So we're all four out each that amount of money depending on how we got there. And they're just like, we'll see you next week. Hope you have a good time. Like that's how it is.
Yeah. And Bryson said one time on a podcast, I think last year or the year before, he's like, the top 125 guys were fine. There's sponsorships. There's everything. If I miss the cut, it's whatever. I'll go back to work. But he said the guys 126 and below, he said if they miss the cut, they start getting questioned on, can I play next week?
Yeah, can I afford
Do I
it?
need to retire? Can I go back to being a school teacher or whatever because this isn't working. This isn't paying my bills. And it's just such a disparity from that to, hey, you can't play here just because it's more money. We don't like it.
Well, I mean, if you think about it from say you make the cut and say your check's $50,000, right? Like, and if we think about the money like the lottery, right? They're going to take half. So you only made $25,000, which is a ton of money to make in a week. But when it cost you 15, you only got 10, which again, 10,000 a week is still a lot, but you have to spend all of that to get to the next place.
Yep.
And you still have a normal life to live. If you're living at home and you don't travel and you make $10,000 a week, you're killing it. But when you have to travel for a living and hotels and blah, 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 and you don't have Bryson DeChambeau sponsors and stuff like that, that money gets lean really, really quick. Because if you miss 2 or 3 weeks in a row and you don't make any money, that $25,000 is gone in a heartbeat.
So what do you think long-term is going to play out between them? How do you think it'll kind of settle?
I mean, I think the PGA Tour's in for a long haul, man. That money ain't going away. Yeah. On the other side, like it's legit. People think like Bill Gates is rich. Like that dude's poor compared to them dudes overseas.
Right. So that's what I think they're going to have to fold probably and just kind of, okay, we can go back and forth. Let's work together somehow. But at what point does the PGA, have they been just ruin their chances to where Liv's like, no, we don't want to work with you now. We're on the up and coming. We're about to run this to the top. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, I don't really think either one needs the other. Probably. But again, deeper pockets usually wins, right?
They're throwing it.
Deeper pockets win. That's you, my boy.
That's why I'm here. I'm the finance department.
He's the deep pockets over here, or his wife.
Keeping us running.
Yeah. Well, dang that. Y'all got any questions for?
No, we appreciate you. No,
that was huge, Aarik. Thanks for coming on. I mean, this is amazing to get to talk to you and go run through. Sorry we had to keep you in your car after work. You probably want to get home.
I'm just going to go home and change, and I got a Mavs game to go to tonight. But it's a late game. It doesn't start till like 8:45 here.
Oh, I hate late games.
Go grab you some, what's that chicken place we had at? Lane's Chicken?
Yeah.
Lane. I've been thinking about that Lane sauce, that jalapeno sauce, ever since we left Texas. Go get you some Lane's. Did y'all not, wasn't it good?
Yeah, I'm going to get me some grease, and then I'm off tomorrow and the next day, so I'll probably have a little fun tonight.
You going to golf some? Do you golf a lot?
Dude, I have absolutely no desire to play golf.
Is that just from working in the business, or just you've been around it so long?
No, I just
now?
lost. No, I just kind of lost the bug. I'm kind of getting it back. Like the people I'm going to, so we're going to go up to the casino and play WinStar, which is just right across the border here, to Oklahoma on Wednesday. So that, like, I'm excited about that. Like, if you guys are like, hey, we're going to go play golf, do you want to play? Like, I would go. But the chances of me making a tee time and inviting people, like, you're like, we're all going to die. Like, we'll die before that happens. Like, I'm not good.
We'll just have to let you come to Atlanta one weekend and play us and whoop us. Yeah. And then you'll be like, I still got it. I'm going back.
Yeah.
If for some reason you're ever in the ATL, let us know. We'll link up. We'll play some golf.
No, absolutely. That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
And anytime you guys have questions, anytime you guys want to do this, just let me know, man. I'm happy to do whatever you guys need.
Oh, for sure. We're going to come back to Texas for sure. We got some more stuff to do.
It'll be in the rotation for sure.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on, Aarik. We appreciate it. And huge thanks. Go follow him. We'll have his Instagram in the description, everything. Go watch what he's doing over at PXG. We appreciate it, my man.
You got it.
See ya.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. That was Aarik. We appreciate it. He is a fitter at PXG. That was a great episode with him. So go check him out in the description. Now we're going to jump into the – we don't have the noise no more. The Drop Zone, presented by our friends at Warlord Beard Oil. I'm going to pass it over to Zach.
You trying to look good. I'm trying to keep that beard crustless.
Ooh.
Smooth, oiled. See our friends at Warlord Men's Grooming Essentials. They have beard oil, beard balm, accessories like the brush, soap, shampoo.
Scent. Hey, what's that?
Oh, the car scent.
Car
scents. Joni loves the smell of mine, but I feel like it smells just like the beard oil. But BSG 15% off. Support us and taking care of yourself.
Hang on, I gotta stand up and show the
show the shirt.
Oh yeah, show the shirt.
And they're veteran-owned business here in Mobile, Alabama. You can get a shirt too. Use the code on a shirt.
Show the patch.
They got these cool little flags.
Cool patch on the sleeve.
Veteran-owned business. Warlord Beard Oil.
Holler at our friend Bud.
That's him. Hopefully have him on the podcast soon.
We'll have to go down there.
You see that? When I stood up, I turned my mic off.
I like that.
That was
nice.
better.
Very appreciative.
So the Drop Zone this week, when you go golfing with your buddies, I'm going to have to think of a short way to word this for the Instagram post. When you get on the course, what's something your buddies do or the course that's your biggest pet peeve?
Number 1, tee times booked too closely.
What do you mean?
I hate when there's a group in front of us, a group behind us.
Like they just every 5 minutes.
When they do the 5-minute slot instead of like 10.
Yeah.
I think 10 or 12 is a good range.
Yep, give you
but
time.
When they're 5, there's...
I don't want to be on my second shot on hole 1 and the other group's already on the...
T-box.
Yep.
Or when they pull up on the T-box while you're there because you're waiting on the group in front.
Yeah.
Hate that. When me and Jeremy played in Birmingham last year, we got on a box. We were waiting on people. A group pulled up behind us.
Oh.
I stand up with my driver. Another group pulls up.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were just... It was a muni course, and it's just... Like 4-minute tee times.
So do you prefer a starter?
Yeah, give me a starter. Give me a Marshall somewhere. Yeah. I mean, if we're paying, I'm fine with it. Give me a starter. Yeah. Charge me $5 extra. Please give me a starter and a cart girl. Cart person.
Cart person. Yeah, we don't discriminate. As long as you got some cold Snicker bars and some chicken salad sandwiches. Ooh. Oh my goodness, that lady hair. Friday.
Yeah.
The lady that's making our chicken salad sandwich had like long hair, and Zach was like, "Oh, she gets her hair in it because it's like an older lady."
You know that no hair in that. I said,
you know that chicken
grandma's cooking.
You just it's gonna be
take that bite.
Oh no!
Pull it out. Good chicken salad sandwich.
Oh, it sure was good.
Oh shoot!
The hot dogs had a little too much meat.
Mitchell got 2. Jerm got 2. Jerm could only eat 1. Jerm was like, "See my holding this? I'm about to throw it in the trash." And Mitchell's like, "Don't throw it away yet."
What did he say? He said it was too girthy.
And then Mitchell took that thing. What's that trick he does? Spits it out.
We'll add the video right here. I got it saved. I had to send it.
You had to send it to me. So
I think Mitchell's dad taught it to him.
I think so.
As a child. Mitchell, Mitch carries on the tradition.
Can you confirm that in the comments for us, Mitchell? So tee time's too close. What's something about you?
Just because it's on my mind. When we went, hang on. We've talked about it before. When we went to Callaway and the rough was too high, and the fairway, when they cut the fairway either I guess it had to have been that morning.
Oh, they didn't drag it.
Yeah, they didn't drag it, and they left all the clippings in the middle of the fairway, and it was just like it would roll. Like the grass was just wet enough to like it would just roll up on your ball.
Yep.
And it was stuck all over the place, and you didn't actually get a rollout on the fairway because there was just grass laying all over it.
Yep.
And then
Poor
if you missed
course maintenance.
yeah, that's pretty much what it boiled down to. The cups weren't cut good, so I would say just a good course maintenance, especially when you're paying for something that
probably $80.
$80, like that was unacceptable.
I expect
that
RTJ
day.
for $80.
You ain't lying.
Like when we go to Roanoke and I see their stuff, I'm like, okay, I paid $25.
Yeah,
I don't mind, stuff like that.
Points in better shape than Callaway was that weekend.
I would 100% agree.
Probably
And
still
I mean,
is.
Miss Julie's doing
fantastic.
the Lord's work,
and
out
her
there.
brother.
Yep.
Apparently, her brother works there as well.
Oh, really?
Yep. So mine is if there's not a cart girl, I understand if you can't do that. But if there's not a cart girl, we need some food at the turn.
Yep.
Don't just have nothing.
That's
all
the only
day.
thing Point does it sometimes.
They have like Snickers bars.
They used to
Snicker
have
bar.
when Kelsey was there, she would get those food trucks out there.
Oh yeah.
That was like maybe Saturday.
Oh, I wish we had some food trucks out
I
there.
know.
That or man,
Could you imagine like a food cart with the cart girl like pulling behind, like with the smoker
Oh,
going?
yeah.
Oh,
You get
wow.
fresh barbecue.
we need a BSG food truck and we'll just park it there on Saturdays. Sell hot dogs.
We've got something in mind, and we're keeping it on the DL right now. But I think a food truck would be really, really nice.
I need to add that
have.
to
Oh,
the
yeah.
notes.
I think
Yeah.
I put it on there.
Oh, good.
Bailey actually gave me the idea.
That's perfect.
And so that way, I don't think we would actually have to pay him to be there.
No,
No, I
yeah,
don't think so.
because they'll just buy it from him.
What's that food truck that day? Me and you went and got it in LaGrange. It was like barbecue.
Moe's Smoking Moe's. I hope.
no,
Oh,
it's
that's the guy
something else. I
It was
know
so
what you're talking
good.
about. It's so good. It's like this sweet barbecue.
Yes, it was so
Jeremy
good.
knows it. If
So-
I text him now,
Smoking Moe's was the guy I had in mind because he catered our wedding, and he has a food truck just like that.
Well, is it barbecue?
Yeah, it's barbecue.
we get whoever will show up to
I know
what
he would
we
get-
have planned.
Do we
I
need
know.
barbecue or do we need like taco truck?
No, we need both.
Just
we
have
could do
both of them
both.
up?
Yeah, if
Yeah.
we're having
Yeah.
the turnout I expect
Oh, it's going to be what?
with plenty of planning.
We just
Yeah.
need that date planned. If you can't catch hints, you'll find out about it soon.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be amazing. I guess those are pet peeves. I want to talk about that, but we need to plan. We need to do some more planning before we talk
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Because it's
We
going to be.
need our fourth.
Yeah.
We've had an empty seat for several weeks.
If you are hiring an 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, or it can be 9 to 6.
I got 7 to 3 on the plant floor, ready. I need a forklift driver.
I'm going 6 to 3. I can be a four-wheeler driver, but not for what you said hourly.
That's the wage.
We're trying to get our man off the weekend shifts. Katie, I was talking to her last night about it. She said ever since I've known him, he's always done that. He's worked on jobs that's always had Saturday and Sundays. I said I couldn't do it.
I can't do it. That's one thing. Like when I left the bank, I was like, I gotta have the weekends off. And now it's golf and football,
Yep, nonstop.
and always church on Sunday. So it's nice. When I remember working in a call center, like you got 2 days off, and mine was Thursday, Saturday,
Oh,
because I wanted off Saturdays
yeah.
for football. I was it was like 3 years. Don't go to church or nothing. You're like, I gotta work.
Yeah, on the call.
I got
center.
bills.
But we on another level now. BSG going to the top. This is a career. We'll be here full time in a little while.
Oh yeah,
So if you can hook Mitchell up with a job, somebody let us know.
please.
He gave us a salary he needs, but I don't think he really needs that salary. His wife makes money, so just give us a non-weekend
We
job.
gotta
for
get him
him.
downgrade that truck. Get my old Isuzu.
He's just got to settle. Look, I mean, I drive my old clunker. It's paid off. That's all that matters. Mitchell, you need a better mindset. Quit trying to show off your truck. So I
We're
think
gonna
that's
get
it.
Dave to holler at him.
Who?
Dave
Dave who?
Ramsey.
Oh.
Dave Ramsey. We're on some financial help.
Oh yeah. Let's make Mitchell call in to the Dave Ramsey show. Hey, I got a truck.
Dave, I got a truck payment. How much is it? Tell me. 1,000. What? Sell it. I already know that guy. Sell it now.
Sell it now.
Sell it now.
It don't matter if you be upside down.
You
just
need to
sell it.
walk to work. He's got some wild tips. Walk to work, take some beans, and
something.
that'll be enough.
Take some beans.
He said he's been in the gym, so he can just ride to work and count that as his workout. I mean,
Oh,
his
yeah.
bicycle. He said he's on that gym flow. So,
Or get a little electric scooter.
I want one of them electric bikes.
Electric bikes, yeah.
I want one of them. Boy, I'd be right. You'd see me up and down Valley all
I want
day.
a gas-powered 600cc. Want
Which
it
one?
like an R6.
Just ride it
Little
around.
Honda Shadow.
Nah.
Yeah.
We needed the BSG office space to be in West Point because now West Point's golf cart, and we'll get a wrapped BSG golf cart.
Oh, yeah.
And then we could just...
You don't have to worry about 3.
Oh, yeah.
And they got a lot better places to eat.
Yeah, places to eat. Not better than what we're about to eat tonight. But
no, ain't nothing better.
But if we get office space in West Point, we can just wrap up the podcast, go downstairs, and
go to
eat
Johnny's.
Yep.
The only thing is you can't swing a golf club, and I got us a cheap space, but we can't swing a golf club in it. We could putt.
You probably can't get your print machine upstairs either.
No, I'm not talking about for this. I'm talking about for BSG office.
We're going to split it. This is going to power BSG. This is going to be the back end funding.
Casey said next year I'm first in line.
You are. This is my man right here. Next year we're going to first line. I'm sad the job's only going to last about a year and a half because then I'm selling this. We're going full time with this. But unless you want to buy this and do this on the side. But as long as BSG gets the priority, and everybody in the next year and a half, when it comes to work, we got to have this talk with Mitchell. This job gets the priority over if your little side jobs. So the detailing.
No more detailing. No more
detailing.
No more Birchfield's lawn care.
No more than that. I think he gave up.
I got the bag.
So oh yeah.
I got to send my son mountain bag in for the leg. I was like, let me borrow that bag. He said it's got Birchfield's lawn care. I said that don't matter. It's just holding clubs for a week or two.
The wives will be happy because there'll be less golfing on Saturday because this will be our job. We can golf on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday.
We'll be home during the week. Yeah.
Yeah. The wives.
The weekend we'll be home.
So maybe we just need to jump into it as soon as we can. So
let's
the wives
go
are
tomorrow.
Happy. I'm ready. I'll close this shot down when y'all say so.
I'm down.
You know Johnny can live off Johnny's salary.
We could if I didn't have the truck payment, the student loans.
Just think if you got rid of that
I need Joe
truck.
Byron.
Can we
a little bit more?
Can we all just carpool?
Yeah, we'll take.
We can
We'll
carpool.
just all make a payment on Topanga
And just use it?
Yeah, it'll be a work vehicle. Write-off.
We'll talk off camera. Hey, that can be it. That can happen.
That's the write-off.
That can happen. We'll talk off camera. So thanks for watching this episode 29. Next week's the big 30. We'll have to we'll do something. It's a big episode. So thanks for watching. My man's ready to eat.
I know.
Thanks for watching. Follow us on Instagram, all that, and check out all our sponsors. See you guys next week.
Peace.